when we met, and I knew that night as we met and we talked that we had the opportunity, we're being offered something to build something really wonderful. And I told Patricia, I said, what this teaches, what we've learned, is that if we get together and build this relationship and make it what it can be, you will always be third. And that's what it is. We'll build this relationship based on the spiritual engineering principles. And by being third, I mean that the spiritual, God or whatever you want to call it, will be the foundation, the spiritual part of us. Each one of us will have integrity, self-respect. Our relationship with ourself will be second. But then you'll be the most important person on the planet. So if I live this right in this relationship, you will always be third in my life, and I will always be third in your life. And that's the way we'll build it, and that's what we've tried to do.
And this actually introduces one of the new paradigms in looking at relationships. And that really caught my mind, caught my attention that night, because I was thinking that we can have thousands of relationships, but Tom explained to me that there's only 3 kind of relationships. And by his saying, you'll be the third in my life, I will be the second in my own life, and this spiritual power that lives inside of me will be the first, the most important thing in my life. That kind of defined the type of relationship. And it was like setting the rules of the game ahead of time. And I said, yeah, I want to play this game. It sounds intelligent, it sounds appealing to me, it sounds like something very innovative, something very creative. So I want to enroll, I want to play this game of this relationship. And it has been incredible.
And she used a great word there. It's innovative, it's different, it's pioneering, because we have to really realize that what we do in relationships in this world, in this culture of ours, is not working. What we're doing is not working. It's very simple. Let me give you a few statistics. First-time marriages in this country, 48% end in divorce. Second-time marriages, it's 63%. Third time around, it's 74%. We get worse instead of better. When the relationships, we don't learn from our experience. And one of the things with all these numbers are horrible. This is the best, the premier relationship of our lives is our marriage, and we don't know how to have one. And that's not even counting the people who stay in a marriage and just stay there. They don't really experience the potential of a fantastic relationship. So what we're doing in relationships is not working. We have to try something completely different, and it's not enough to be soulmates. There are 48 million people in the United States divorced. 48 million. Part of those people, those 24 million couples, had to be soulmates. Being soulmates is a starting point. It's not enough. What we have to do is learn how to build relationships. They don't just happen. We have to build them. That's what spiritual engineering, that's what I was telling Patricia, is it's like building a house. It's very simple. You have a foundation, a walls, and a roof. The foundation of this relationship and all really great relationships is a spiritual foundation. Call it God, Allah, whatever you want to call it, doesn't make any difference, but it's a spiritual foundation that each of us have with some spiritual energy inside ourselves. The walls of this that support everything is our relationship with ourselves, the self relationship. We've been told that you should love your neighbor as yourself. And what this means is that we are only capable of giving or receiving love from another person as much as we love ourselves. So we have to learn to love ourselves in a healthy way, and that builds the walls. Then we're ready to put the roof on, the relationships with other people. So what spiritual engineering has is this systematic way to build relationships. The foundation, the walls, and the roof. And we learn how to build these fantastic, wonderful, extraordinary relationships with other people because we have the walls and the foundation in place. And that's what I meant when I told her she would always be third, but she would always be the most important person on the planet, because I have my spiritual relationship is important. It's got to be the foundation. My integrity, my self-respect, my dignity I've got to have that. I can't sacrifice that, and I don't want her to give up that for me. But when I have that, it opens the door to have just absolutely awesome relationships with these other people.
Yes, honey. Many people suffer in relationships because they expect other people to complete them, to make them whole, and that's what happened to me. And that's why I had so many troubles in relationships, because I was always hoping and expecting that someone else will make me feel better about myself. It will give me a place. But when I find out that I can love myself, have respect for myself, have compassion for myself, treat myself with the utmost respect that I can, and by connecting with this, and we call it a spiritual energy, by connecting with that, by tapping in that spiritual energy, that among other things, it lives inside each one of us. Isn't that an incredible discovery? You have the power inside of you, and in any moment we can tap into that power, and that's what I did. So I tap into that spiritual energy. I learned how to use this energy to eliminate all those negative feelings, uncomfortable memories, all those wrongs from my past, because everybody makes mistakes, and allow me to move past those memories, uncomfortable memories, and then I became whole. I became complete. I became happy with myself. And of course, when I'm happy, I can go and have a healthy relationship with a person who is comparable to me. It has the same vision, it cares about himself, and has this incredible connection with their spiritual energy. And I think that the glue that sustains this relationship and make it so special is because we share that common bond of the spiritual energy, and it's kind of powers this relationship and move us into another existence. And it's difficult to explain to people when you are moving in from the ordinary life into the extraordinary realm. It's difficult, but it's possible.